Hi, I'm Emily Cherkin, the Screentime Consultant, and today I want to just talk a little bit about a question I get all the time. The question is, which parental controls do you recommend? The short answer is, I don't recommend parental controls, I recommend parenting. Yikes, I know. But let me explain. Too often, the parents who ask me this question are looking for a quick fix, a magic pill, a silver bullet that will solve all of the technological challenges their family faces, whether that's a tween scrolling too much on social media or a teen on gaming or a elementary school age child with an iPad. Sometimes it's because parents want to feel assured that porn or violent content won't slip through. That's a fair concern. I had one parent that I worked with who badgered me relentlessly about naming the apps that I recommended for parental controls. Even after I gave him all the reasons why I wouldn't recommend it professionally, he still wanted to know, okay, well, which ones do you not recommend then so I can look them up? He didn't get it. Here's the thing. If you have parental controls you like and that work for you and you're using them, great, go for it. I'm not going to tell you to stop using something if it's working, but let me lay out a few reasons why parental controls can't be the end-all be-all we wish they would be. Every single parent who reaches out to me for consultation has a story about a parental control workaround. My 8-year-old figured out how to disable the screen time function. My tween talked to a friend about extending her Instagram hours by changing the settings on her phone so it looks like a different day so she can renew her hours. My kid used the internet to look up how to go around some parental control app. Remember that kids are savvy. They use the internet too, especially if they have access to it. So we have to remember that just like we can look up things on the internet to figure out how to make our lives easier or to look for that latest hack, so can kids. Secondly, please remember that children are not small adults. They don't have the same fully developed executive function skills that we ostensibly have. Skills like emotion regulation or impulse control or time management. That part of our brain is called the prefrontal cortex, and it's not fully developed until we're well into our 20s or 30s. So we can't just hand over an iPad to a kid and say, okay, turn it off when you're done. They lack that developmental control. We cannot expect children, even teens, to self-manage their screen time. Another reason I like to give to parents about why I don't recommend parental controls is there's a lot of setup and maintenance for parents. One mom told me about her teenager who had been in a facility for self-harm recovery, that she allowed her child to have unlimited access to social media accounts because she, the mom, felt she could manage and monitor them from all of these various parental controls that she'd set up. But the mom admitted to me that she was up until midnight or 1 a.m. every night, spending several hours scrolling through her daughter's social media feeds. If you have that kind of extra time, great. I'm not going to tell you what to do in your spare time. But I have a hunch that most of us are scrambling, especially right now, to juggle everything. And to devote that kind of time to managing and monitoring, instead of mentoring and talking to your kid about it, is probably not healthy for anybody. Another reason I have concerns about parental controls is that it's using technology to solve a problem that technology created. It reminds me of Coca-Cola and other companies giving money to public schools in the name of health and nutrition and to fund fitness programs. It seems a little suspect. And of course, anything that's of good quality comes at a cost. So the free apps are certainly going to be loaded with lots of in-app marketing and additional upgrades and the high sort of freemium approach. But the bottom line is these companies are going to make money off of your kids' use of screens, and they're going to make money off your kids' use of screens by helping you manage it. And of course, in order for you to manage it, you have to download an app. Finally, and most importantly, parental controls do not teach our children about media literacy, safe searching, and digital citizenship. Teaching these topics is our job, I would argue, and much like we have the birds and the bees conversations in short, ongoing bursts throughout our children's lives, we have to do the same for technology and screens. We want our children to think critically, to ask for help when they need it, and to let us know when they see violence or porn on the internet. Because remember, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And it doesn't even have to be because they were looking for it. It's everywhere. I understand that we want to do what's right by our children. And I understand parents' motivation for asking me this question. But I have yet to hear from a parent who says, I wish I'd given my kid unlimited access earlier. I wish I'd handed out that smartphone younger. Or I wish she'd been able to have Instagram in elementary school. It's not that our children shouldn't or can't have access to technology. They can, and eventually they will. Those things will come as our children mature and develop, and not just because we handed it out. What our children need most are loving relationships with adults they trust, safe places to play outdoors, and opportunities to engage in play with other children. It is through these experiences that they will build skills and resilience that will better prepare them for a future that may be filled with digital technologies, not through an app monitored by their parents. Feel free to check out more content at my website, thescreentimeconsultant.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Skills like emotion regulation or impact. But let me lay things, skills like but let me lay out a few reasons why. Let me lay out. Parental controls do not teach our children about media literacy. I get this question all the time. Which parental